tayong value ni AN. Since we have already the value of AN, we can now proceed in solving for the sum of our 63 terms of our arithmetic sequence. So our N is 63. So 63 divided by 2 multiplied to the sum of the first term, which is negative 19, plus our AN, which is 353. Okay. So 63 divided by 2 is equal to 31.5 times the sum of negative 19 plus 353. So multiplied to 334. So 31.5 times 334. The sum of our 63 terms is equal to 10,521. So that is the sum of our arithmetic sequence. Okay? Okay na, with this example, can I clear the screen? Okay, let's have another example in finding the sum of our sequence. So for example, we need to find the first three terms of our arithmetic series, in which the first term is equal to 9 and the nth term is equal to 105, and the sum of the sequence is 741. So what we're solving here is the first three terms. Okay? Since the sum is already given. So since we're solving for the first three terms of our sequence, we need to identify what is the common difference of our sequence, since given the first term. And given also the arithmetic, the nth number, and the arithmetic series, the sum of the arithmetic series. So we're going to use the arithmetic sequence formula to solve for the common difference. Since we have this formula, we need to have the value for the n and d. But we don't know how many terms do we have in our sequence. Am I correct? Hindi binanggit sa problem kung ilang terms ang meron tayo sa sequence. Since it's not given, the n and the d is not given in the problem, and we have the value for the sum of our arithmetic sequence, we're going to use that formula to solve for the value of n. Since meron tayong first term and meron din tayong nth term. And we have the value also of Sn. The only missing in the formula for the sum of series is n. So we can use this formula to find how many terms do we have. So Sn is equal to 741. So we don't have the value of n. We have the value of our first term, which is 9, plus the value of our nth term, which is 105. So 741 equals to n divided by 2 times the sum of 9 plus 105, which is equal to 114. So 741 n times 114. So we have 114 n divided by 2. So 741, 114 divided by 2 So we need to remove the denominator of the fraction 114n by multiplying both sides by 2. So cancel out 2. So 741 times 2, which is equal to 1,482, equals to 114n. Divide both sides by 114. So the value of n is equal to 13. So meron na tayong value ni n. So that means the total number of terms that we have in our sequence is 13. So to solve for the first three terms, we need to find the common difference between each terms that we have. Since meron na tayong value ni n, we can use this formula to solve for d. So our n term is 105. First term is 9. Value of n that we have is 13 minus 1 times d. So 105 equals to 9. 13 minus 1 is equal to 12 times d. So we have 12d. So 105 minus 9 equals to 12d. So 96 is equal to 12d. Divide both sides by 12. So the common difference that we have in our sequence is 8. So since meron na tayong common difference, we can now be able to find the first three terms of our sequence. Since hinahanap yung first three terms and the first term is already given, so hinahanap na lang natin kung anong susunod na terms sa 9. Using our common difference, so 9 plus 8. So the second term in our sequence is 17. 17 plus 8. The third term in our sequence is 25. So we have these three terms in our sequence. So yan ang hinahanap natin in this problem that we have. As you can see, we use the two formula. The formula for the arithmetic series and the formula for the arithmetic sequence to solve for the first three terms of our sequence. Okay na, can I clear the screen with this example? Or you're still copying it? Okay na po? Sige, let's have another example. For example, we have this word problem. A radio station considered giving away $4,000 every day in the month of August for a total of $124,000. Instead, they decided to increase the amount given away every day while still giving away the same total amount. If they want to increase the amount by $100 each day, how much should they give away the first day? So this is the problem that we have. What we're looking for here is what will be the amount that will be given in the first day. Kung mag-i-increase the radio station each day ng 100 pesos. And if the total number that they give for the month of August is equal to 124. So since we're solving for the first day, given that the first day stands for the first term. First term is what we are solving here in this problem. And the number of terms will stand, or the number of days for a month of August. Ilang days ba meron ng August? How many days that August has? Samantang August ilang days meron? 28?
31.
31. So that means our number of terms is 31 days, since that is for the month of August. And the sum of terms that we have here in the problem is 124,000. That's the total sum of our sequence. And the common difference that we have here is 100, since nagdagdag sila every day ng $100. So that is our common difference. What we're solving is the first term. And we don't have the nth term. Wala tayong value ng last term. And we also don't have the value of the first term. Since we're solving for the first term, we're going to use the arithmetic sequence and the formula for the sum of series. Since in the sum of series, we need to have the value of n and the value of the first term plus an. And for the arithmetic sequence, we have the formula a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So looking at the value that we have here, we're going to use this formula para mahanap ang first term. But we don't have the value of an. So we need to solve first for the an. Okay, let's just clear this one. So let's solve. We're going to use the sum and the arithmetic sequence that we have. So let's solve for the value of an using the arithmetic sequence that we have here. So an is equal to the first term plus 31 minus 1 times 100, which is equal to 3,000, since 30 times 100. Okay, so we have 30,000. So that's the value of our an. Since we have already the value of our an, we can now proceed in solving for our first term using this formula that we have from arithmetic series, which is 124,000 equals to 31 divided by 2 times the value of the first term plus an. The value for our an is first term plus 3,000. So a1 or first term plus 3,000. So 124,000. So 31 divided by 2, which is equal to 15.5, multiplied to the sum of the first term plus 3,000. So a1 plus a1, which is equal to 2 a sub 1 plus 3,000. Multiplied 15.5 to the quantity inside of the parenthesis, So we have 100,000, 24. So 15 times 2, which is equal to 31A plus 15.5 times 3,000, which is equal to 46,500. Combine similar terms. So 124,000 minus 46,500 equals to 31A. So 124,000, which is equal to 77,500 equals to 31A. Sub 1. Divide both sides by 31. So the first term of our arithmetic sequence is equal to 2,500. So that is the amount of money that the radio station is going to give for the first day. Okay na for this example. Okay na, can I clear the screen with this one? Okay. Okay, let's have another example. Let's see if we still have here. Okay. So for example, we're going to find the sum of the 50 term of the sequence that we have, which is 3, 6, 9, and 10, and so on. So for example, we're going to solve for the sum of the 50th term of our arithmetic sequence 3, 6, 9, and 10. Okay. Hindi to arithmetic sequence. Hindi same ang common difference. Let's change it to 6, 9, and 12. Okay. So since we're solving for the sum of our arithmetic sequence using the formula that we have, which is Sn equals to n divided by 2 times the sum of the first term plus the nth term. In the formula, we need to have the value of n, the value of the first term, and the value of the nth term. Looking at the problem that we have, n is given, which is 50. That's the value of our n. That's the number of terms that we are solving. The first term is also given, which is 3. That's our first term. But the nth term is not given in the problem. Since nth term is not given, we need to solve for the nth term. Using the formula that we have for arithmetic sequence, which is an equals to the first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. AN is the one that we are solving. The first term is 3 plus n is equal to 50 minus 1. And the common difference of our arithmetic sequence is equal to 3. Since 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. That's our common difference. So times 3. So 3 plus 49 times 3. So the nth term is equal to 150. So that is our nth term. Since we have already the value of nth term, we can now be able to solve for the sum of the 50-term sequence that we have. Using the formula that we have for the sum of arithmetic sequence, our n is 50, so 50 divided by 2. Our first term is 3, so 3 plus the n term that we have solved a while ago, which is 150. So 50 divided by 2, which is equal to 25. 3 plus 150 is 153, which is equal to 3,825. So that is the sum of our arithmetic sequence. Okay, now with this problem, can I clear the screen?